Man was at work. The equipment bay door suddenly malfunctioned. After checking, he found the tray jammed the door. The manager nearby thought the man was slacking off. He rushed over to push him, but when he learned the door was jammed, he did not try to open it right away. Instead, to save time, he told Matt to go inside and move the tray, or he would dock half a month of his salary to compensate the company's loss, with no room for discussion. Of course, the manager did not need to discuss with Matt, because he knew Matt's paycheck only kept him barely afloat, and he would never dare refuse, and Matt did exactly as the manager expected. After struggling for a moment, he forced himself into the bay, but as soon as he moved the tray, the hatch closed behind him.
No, stop! No!
The workers around heard Matt yelling. They rushed over to pry open the steel door, but were stopped by the manager rushing over, because the room was filled with intense radiation. Opening it would kill everyone instantly. So after the radiation fully dispersed, they sent in a robot to drag the dying Matt out. And the company's arrangement for Matt was simply telling him he had 5 days left, along with a bottle of pills tossed by a robot, so Matt could suffer a little less in his final days. But what made it even more infuriating was the company president, after hearing about the accident, only told the manager,
I don't want to replace the bedding in there. Just get him. Yes, sir.
Before leaving, he reminded the manager to hurry and resume production. Little did he know, this worthless man with 5 days left would make him pay dearly for his cold heart. After Matt was kicked out of the company, he ran into his friend Braids on the road. After arriving at his place, Matt told him everything. He also knew only Elysium could cure him now, but Braids just shook his head helplessly and told Matt to take the pills. Turns out in the late 21st century, Earth's population exploded, pollution became severe, and the planet was no longer fit for humans, so the rich escaped Earth to maintain their quality of life. 20,000 kilometers above Earth, they built a giant ring station called Elysium. It had a pleasant climate and clean air. Robots provided non-stop service, and every home had a medical pod representing humanity's top tech. Whether you were severely injured or terminally ill, it could heal you completely. People on Earth dreamed of going there, but the ticket price was enough to stop anyone, so some terminally ill people could only try to smuggle in, and this was Matt's only chance to survive. But the price of smuggling was still sky high. Matt and his friends' savings were nowhere near enough, so he asked the smuggler boss for credit. The boss almost laughed his head off and told him to get lost, but when he learned Matt had 5 days left, his eyes suddenly lit up, because he needed a desperate man to complete a dangerous job: kidnap a rich guest visiting Earth from Elysium, then use a special interface to copy the bank account data from the rich man's brain into Matt's brain, and he would give Matt a free ticket. Matt struggled inside after hearing it, because every rich guy visiting Earth had robot guards. Kidnapping them was suicide, and he could barely stand right now. The boss saw Matt's hesitation, so he brought out an exoskeleton suit and said once it was connected to his nerves, Matt would be as strong as a robot. Braids tried to talk him out of it, but Matt had no other choice. However, he had one condition: change the target to the president of the robot company. The boss only wanted money. Whoever they grabbed did not matter, so he agreed. Matt lay on the operating table. The next day, after Matt got used to the suit, the four of them geared up and set out. The president knew nothing. He was flying toward Elysium, protected by 2 robots. Matt took the chance and fired a timed bomb at the ship. Seconds later, the bomb detonated. The engine failed. The ship crash landed in an open field. The 4 surrounded the ship, but they did not know that the moment the president was in danger, Elysium was alerted. The security minister contacted Earth agents for backup and ordered them to protect the data in the president's head, his face full of anxiety, as if something terrifying was inside. Meanwhile, Matt's group fought the robots, but they did not expect the robots to be this fierce. 1 against 4 and still unstoppable, but even the strongest firepower needed to reload. Matt seized the moment and fired a special round. The bullet exploded 2 meters before impact, blowing the robot to pieces. They hurried to cut open the ship. The president saw Matt and was shocked, but even in danger, he stayed calm, thinking they would not kill him, and knowing the ship had 1 more guard. But unexpectedly, 1 idiot in the group sprayed bullets all over the ship. After Matt destroyed the robot, he found the president shot in the chest, dying, but his brain was intact. They connected both their brains to transfer the data. Right then, the idiot noticed a military ship flying toward them, and worse, the data was encrypted. The ship drew closer. They had to run, but how could a car outrun a ship? Luckily the car was reinforced. Matt barely survived, but Raymond stabbed him in the gut. When Raymond tried to cut off Matt's head to take the data, Braids fired to save him, but his aim was off. All bullets hit Raymond's armor, and he was killed on the spot. Matt seized the chance and opened fire on Raymond. Though the shield blocked every shot, the impact knocked him out cold. The enemy ship landed. Matt had no choice but to leave Braids behind and run. Raymond woke up and chased in the ship. Matt hid under a flatbed with the help of an old lady, barely escaping the search. Raymond was furious, because if the data was lost he would be fired. But he soon learned a shocking secret. His men intercepted the transfer and found the data was Elysium's source code. With that code, he would control Elysium. Realizing the severity, Raymond launched all drones to hunt Matt. Meanwhile, Matt went to his first love, but he fainted from blood loss. She found him and took him home, bandaged him. The next day, Kelly asked why he was hurt. Matt told her everything. A little girl walked over. He realized Kelly had a family now. Feeling crushed, he wanted to leave. Kelly tried to stop him. Matt felt jealous, but soon learned Kelly's daughter had terminal cancer. She was dying. Kelly begged Matt to take her daughter to Elysium, but Matt could barely save himself, let alone someone else. He turned her down and left, but the moment he stepped outside, a drone spotted him. He grabbed a rock, knocked it down. Raymond was enraged and flew to the location. Not finding Matt, he stormed into Kelly's home, held the mother and daughter hostage, and demanded Matt's location. Kelly said she did not know, but Raymond did not believe her.
You remember now? Close your eyes, keep your fucking eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed.
Please, I don't know where he is. He was wounded. I helped him, and he left. Please.
Seeing he could not get answers, Raymond decided to take them away for interrogation. Meanwhile, Matt stormed into the black market. Braid's death left him no patience. He demanded the boss take him to the sky, but learned Elysium shut down all flights. No one could leave Earth. Matt panicked. He would not survive the night, but the boss only cared about the data in Matt's head. Seeing Matt refuse to hand it over, the boss said, Elysium never declared no fly before, and Matt got the data and then they shut down flights. The data had to be important. Maybe the unlock method was inside. Matt realized it made sense and agreed to transfer the data. The boss almost dropped his jaw. He said with this program, they could control Elysium and make everyone a legal citizen.
Can save your life.
But Matt had no interest in being a hero. He just wanted to live. When he learned the boss still could not get him to Elysium, Matt went straight to Raymond, pulled the pin of a grenade, and threatened him to fly him up for treatment. But once on board, Matt found Kelly also captured. He felt guilty, and Raymond noticed. To test his suspicion, Raymond began taunting Kelly. Seeing Matt's anger, he confirmed she was important, and that Matt would not detonate the grenade. So he rushed Matt. During the struggle, one henchman hit the control stick. The ship spun out. The grenade slipped, about to explode. Matt shielded the mother and daughter, using his seat for cover. Raymond failed to dodge. His jaw was blown off. The ship lost its engine and crashed near a mansion. Fortunately, Matt and the two survived, but as they were leaving, Matt was stunned by a henchman. Kelly ran with her daughter toward the mansion, trying to use the medical pod, but without Elysium credentials, it would not run. Desperate, she begged the arriving agents.
Please.
Matt and Kelly were captured. Luckily, when the boss saw flights reopened, he tracked Matt, found he had reached Elysium, and rushed there with his men. But Matt was tied down and helpless. The workers extracting the data ignored his exosuit. After charging up, Matt broke free. They tried to stop him, but no human could defeat a powered exosuit. Matt took them down and learned where Kelly was. Meanwhile, Raymond survived with his brain intact. The medical pod healed him. He woke up, but instead of praise, he was scolded for damaging a rich man's lawn. He realized the truth. His life meant less than a lawn. He snapped, stabbed the minister with a glass shard, and ordered his men to clear the building. As all the politicians evacuate the building, Raymond puts on the high-tech exoskeleton armor. He decides to take the Elysium program inside Matt's head to make himself the president. But he didn't expect that right after he left. Matt then stormed into the armory. After taking out the two guys guarding the place, he grabbed weapons and escaped the building with Kelly. But when they reached the elevator, feeling guilty, Matt decided to stay behind. After handing Kelly a communicator, he told her to find a med bay to cure her daughter. Kelly said she already tried. 4 people without an identity. The med bay won't activate at all. but Matt confidently believed it would work this time. Kelly was confused when she heard that. Matt simply closed the elevator, sending Kelly to the first floor, and the reason he felt so sure was because when he went to save Kelly, Matt had already discovered that the boss had infiltrated the building. Now he just needed to meet up with the boss and change the Elysium program. Kelly's daughter would naturally get treatment, so after sending 2 guys to protect Kelly, Matt and the boss ran toward the control room, but right before the back door closed, Raymond suddenly appeared and jammed the doorway. At the same time Matt's life was reaching its end. He could no longer suppress the pain and collapsed. Raymond seized the chance and leaped forward, blocking their path, scaring the boss into panic. Luckily, even though Matt was weak, with sheer willpower he could still fight Raymond evenly, and finally using Raymond's carelessness, he killed him on the spot. At the same time the boss opened the main control room door. He connected Matt's head to the Elysium computer, but just as he excitedly prepared to reset the program, he discovered the data had biometric encryption. Once the transfer completed, Matt would die. The boss heavily told Matt this news, but Matt already knew the outcome since the kidnapping, so he wasn't surprised. When pressing the confirm key, he contacted Kelly through the communicator and told her he had fulfilled the promise he made to her as a kid.
I'll take us there one day. Really? Yeah, I promise.
Then he pressed the confirm key. As the reset program began to run, all the lights in Elysium instantly shut off. When the system rebooted, they lit up again. At that moment all humans on Earth became legal citizens of Elysium. Kelly's child was treated because of that, pulled back from the edge of death. Meanwhile the boss, who was arrested, was protected by robots, free from the president's charges, because Elysium residents are not bound by the government. Soon the system detected that Earth had many new citizens needing medical aid, so it launched dozens of ships, sending Earth's people non-stop to Elysium. But at this rate, it wouldn't be long before Elysium turned into a second Earth. And this also proved what Matt's mother once told him.
¿Es lo hermoso que nos parece desde aquí? Pues ahora ve lo hermosos que nos vemos desde allá. Ahora te pertenece. Para que no olvides nunca de dónde vienes.
Cherish what you have now, because maybe one day, it will become the view in everyone's eyes.